Hello, everybody. This is Tammy, and I'm coming to you with Remembering Who You Are series. And I call it Remembering Who the Fuck You Are series. Because the thing is we are at a space in time and in history, especially, where we are being called to remember who we are. And so I talked about this on yesterday's video, and we talked about how once you begin to understand some things about yourself and you start to move forward into remembering who you are. And I talked about how we are on different timelines and we can actually live and have different timelines within our lifetime. And we can also live in two different timelines at the same time. That's another video. But today I wanted to talk about the significance of self-identity. Because within remembering who we are, the first thing you have to do is you got to figure out who you are. You got to understand yourself at the core. Dive into what self-identity means to you. Think about the experiences that you've had in your life that have shaped how you are and how you live your life and how you do the things that you do. Think about, the values that you have. Identify your core values. And I spoke on that in the last video. And actually, I'm going to speak on it in the workshop that I'm doing with the same name, Remembering Who the Fuck You Are. And so when you begin to do that and you begin to look at your beliefs, how do you believe? I hear things all the time and I hear so many limiting beliefs, and it comes from some experience maybe that you had in your childhood. Or maybe you were married and you married the wrong people. And so later at this point, you're saying, I'm not getting married again, even though the perfect person will show up in your awareness. But you, because of your limiting beliefs, decide that you're not going to get married. And this person told you when you got together that that was what they wanted, that they desired to get married. You see what I'm saying? And so you could potentially ruin your entire life by not getting rid of your limiting belief that just because you failed one time or two times or four times, this time might be the best time for you. This might be the person. You might be at a space where you need to be, and they might be at the space where they need to be so that your planets can collide. And so this is an example of, defining who you are and understanding who you are now so that you can deal with all of these things and so that you can begin to shift some of these limiting beliefs that you have. Consider, things that happened to you when you were in high school. Maybe you were the person that never got picked, or you were even in elementary school and you were the person that never got picked, to play the dodgeball. Or you were the one that never got picked for any of the sports. You know why? Because you probably weren't particularly good at them. Or, people didn't like you. There are all kinds of reasons. Or maybe you were the tiniest person like me. I was one of the tiniest people. So, but I got picked up because I played sports. But it's not a good example for me. But for you, it might be. Or, maybe you were the person that was an outsider. You were the black sheep. And so you always felt alone. Maybe you were that person, and maybe now is the time for the shift for you to begin to open up your heart. Because when you experience that, a lot of times what happens is you shut your heart down. And I can tell you because I know I did that because I was that person. I was outside of the box, always have been. And so there came a time when I did shut down my heart. I did. I think I just put a ceiling around it. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't ever ugly to anybody. I've never been like a cruel person or anything like that. But I just wasn't particularly open to, other people and other situations. And so that was something that I dealt with. And so in looking at myself and doing self-identity on me and seeing who I am, that is something that I had to look at. And that was something that I had to work on. and that I had to exercise and I had to, receive healing around was my heart, opening my heart so that I can have the better experiences and relationships that I was asking for, that I was craving, that I was praying for, that I was talking to God, universe, or the source about. And so when you begin to do that, that shows you that you're beginning to open up to remembering who you are, because you're identifying yourself in this way with your beliefs, with your values, with your experiences, with how you feel about yourself. That is a big one. Also, if you are a person that you know that or you feel or you have felt, because in the past maybe you didn't get the attention that you wanted, or you felt ignored, and so of course what happens is you begin to ignore yourself. It's like if you feel like everybody else ignores you and you feel like nobody loves you, and you feel lost, then you will start acting like that. You'll start acting like that. And so over time, these things become embedded in you, and you feel like they are a part of you or they are you, but they're not you. They're not you. They can also shift. All of these things can shift. Now, is it easy? No, it's not easy. Does it require work? Yes, it does. Is it worth it? Yes, it is. All of those things. And so I just wanted to hit you with the beginning of Remembering Who the Fuck You Are series, right here on YouTube, and invite you to grab my workshop that will be in my stand store. And it's going to cover this even deeper. Like, I'm going to really go through it. So I'm just super excited about it. And I would just love it if you grab it. It's going to be in my stand store. I should have it completed. I'm going to say by the end of next week. By the end of next week, I should have it completed, because, I don't know, you guys can tell, I don't do things half-assed. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it and make sure that it's what you need and it's going to help you. So again, because I really truly believe that if people are going to spend their money, because it's going to be money now, it's going to cost $37 is all I'm charging for it. So I'm super excited for it. And if you've enjoyed these videos, which another one will come, I'm not sure if it'll come tomorrow because I'm going off grid, but it may come next week. And we're going to talk about rediscovering your true self. So that's a whole nother, opening to this. And I just hope that you feel my heart as I, share this stuff, because this came to me so intensely that people needed this. People need to know how to remember who the fuck they are. Because I've taken many courses and many classes and many workshops and many challenges and all of those kind of things. I've been on a lot of those things. And I've heard this before, but I haven't heard it in this way, where people actually break it down and tell you how to do this thing. And so that is my intention. My intention is to break this thing down and share with you how to do this thing, as well as many other things. I already have a chakra a playlist on my channel as well. I'm also working, I have an intuition playlist. I have the frequency of abundance playlist on my channel, and those are amazing. I mean, y'all, I've really, really outdone myself in some of those. And so I'm going to continue doing that. And so after this series, I'm going to do one on permission, because permission is something that people are still continuing to ask for, when you don't need to ask anyone for permission. And I'm speaking directly to my ladies. So continue to follow me. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe wherever you are watching or listening to this even, because this might even make my podcast. But make sure that you're doing that. And make sure that you're following me at everywhere that I am. You'll see that in the description of the video, you'll see all the places where I am. Follow me there, especially on TikTok at Intuitive Tammy as well. I am on Instagram at Intuitive Tammy 56 and on Facebook as Tammy Morrison. So follow me at all of those places, especially TikTok at Intuitive Tammy, where I go live doing live healings, readings, and messages from spirit, and sometimes messages from heaven even show up. So make sure that you're following me there so that you can get notified when I go live, and here as well. Make sure that you like, you share, and you subscribe. And I hope that you learned something from this today. And so this is Tammy. I'm signing out. Tammy with the $1 Million Voice. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.